Okay, we're in Eruvin, Perek Aleph, Mishnah Bet. As I mentioned the last Mishnah, I'm recording this on Erev Yom HaZikaron for Chayalei Tzahal. So we'll dedicate our learning and their memory, and it should be an aliyah to their nishamot. Okay, we're going to continue talking about a mavoy. We learned in a mavoy that it can't be more than esri mamotal. Okay, and we saw a bunch of interesting pictures about it. I forgot to show you in the last mavoy. The person who drew these pictures, he gave an example. If the mavoy is more than 20 amot tall, then you have to make it smaller. And we also saw that if it was too wide, if the mavoy was too wide, if it had a tzur petach, then it would be permissible. So I didn't want to miss using those pictures. Okay, so now we talked about the hechsher mavoy. We talked about putting a korah across. So now our mission is going to talk about how do you get a mavoy to be okay, hechsher mavoy. What's a hechsher mavoy? Beit Shammai says, so hechsher means in order to make it permissible, to prepare it in order to carry in it when you make an eruv. When we're going to see what. So it's interesting. The Bartunura calls it the Mishnah calls it shitufei mavoot. Shituf means the partnership or the sharing of a mavoy. Okay, what that means is when you look at the picture in this mavoy, if you want to have a shituf in the mavoy to carry in the mavoy, you have to share food between the people in this chatzer and the people in that chatzer. So somebody takes a loaf of bread or matzah or whatever and says, I am holding this food on behalf of everyone in the mavoy, and as long as there is a lechi or there's a korah, where's my korah? Then once the mavoy is properly prepared, then you can do what's called shitufei mavoot. So how do you properly prepare it? Beit Shammai says lechi v'korah. You have to have both, a lechi and a korah. Beit Hillel says lechi o korah. You don't need both. You need either or. That's the korah. Where's my lechi? No, that's our tzur petach. So you need. So Beit Shammai says I need both, and Beit Hillel says lechi o korah. Now, interestingly, this is a form of a mechitza. Halachically, we said deoraita you could carry in here because 3 mechitzot are enough. Same thing for a sukkah. Well, this is already considered the 4th part of the mechitza. So it's not exactly the same if you have a lechi or a korah, but either way, it's enough. You have to have 2 lechis, kind of like Beit Shammai, but you need not lechi and a korah, but 2 lechis. Mishum Rabbi Yishmael Amar Tamid Echad. In the name of Rabbi Yishmael, one Tamid said, if Rabbi Akiva, the Bartunur says that's Rabbi Meir. Said in front of Rabbi Akiva, Lo nechelku Beit Shammai. Let's move this. Lo nechelku Beit Shammai Beit Hillel amavoy chupachot mi arba amot. If the mavoy is less than arba amot, then even Beit Shammai would agree it's lechi or a korah. Shu o lech belechi o bekorah. Meaning, if it's, I made you a chart. If it's less than arba amot, then even Beit Shammai agrees to Beit Hillel it's lechi or korah. So, let me show you that chart again. It's a little too slow, too fast. Lechi or korah. If it's less than arba amot, why? But alma nechleku. What do they argue about? Al rachav mi arba amot vad eser. If it's between 4 amot to 10 amot. Beit Shammai omrim lechi v'korah. Beit Shammai says if it's that wide, you need both. Beit Hillel omrim o lechi o korah. So where do they argue? From 4 amot up to 10 amot. And there we see lechi v'korah. Beit Hillel says either or, not both. And Rabbi Lezer says you need both. Why don't I have a part of the chart for 10 more? Because remember we said 10 more, you need to do it a petach, or you have to make it smaller. Amar Rabbi Akiva says, al zeh v'al zeh nechleku. They argued about both of them. So if you look at the Bartunura says that Rabbi Akiva said, what's the machloka between Rabbi Akiva and Tanakama? Okay. V'Tanakami, nami hachi ka'amar. D'lo maflig bein rachav v'katzar. Tanakama did not distinguish between, says that there was no difference. I brought you the second opinion. Tanakama says they argue in both cases, whether it's short or whether it's long. Okay, and the Gemara says that what's the difference? Somehow they argue about what do you do if the mavoy is so tiny that it's less than 4 tfachim wide? Because one says you don't do lechi or a korah, and the other one says one or the other. I don't know which one, who holds what. So this is only the second half, Mishum Rabbi Yishmael and Rabbi Meir. Because according to the Tanakama, the argument is both, this position holds both for Arba until Eser, and then Pachod mi Arba Amot as well. All right, we'll stop here. If you have any comments or questions, as always, feel free to contact me at rspalter@gmail.com. Have a great day.